the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble we'll explore the unknown. A grand adventure like no other we've known.
Hey guys, it's me, Kelly. How are you guys doing? Come on in. Hey, we're going to be talking about the plasma state today and Project Looking Glass. Not as much Project Looking Glass, but what's going on right now. And where are we going? Where are we going with this? Yeah, come on in. Come on in. What time is it for you guys? Here it is. It's a little after 10 where I am. And what are you drinking this morning? I've got some goat's milk hot chocolate I'm rocking. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Oh, I still have that banner going. Oh, hold on. Let me take that one down. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is. This is better. Why? How did my font get changed? You guys, I thought I had all this like zipped up. Should I delete this? Should we not talk about this? And the plasma state. I was going to put out a title of the Schumann Resonance Shuffle. Is that what you're doing today? The Schumann Resonance Shuffle. Asking for a friend. With all these changes that are going on, and I was wondering what you guys thought about, is this another scare tactic to say that if it is true, go do your own research, that NASA said that we were going to lose gravity in August, is it? In August? For 7 seconds. And what that would look like. And what they're putting out is hundreds of meters that you would travel in 7 seconds. And then gravity turns back on magically. And then everything falls back down to the ground. Has anybody heard that? Is it a rumor? Did NASA really say that? Like, is that scary for you? I mean, if it is, that's normal to hear something like that. To be scared. Definitely. Now, looking at it from a logical standpoint, just myself, not trying to convince anybody, just like, wait a minute. This is saying like 500 meters, which like meters is a lot. Is that like 5 football field lengths? Like, that's how much you travel in 7 seconds. How? Well, that's a good one. Hey, Ken already has a solution. I'm just not going to manifest it. Yeah, I'm still in the thinking process, Ken. Like, is this physically possible? So, if we just lost gravity, just gravity wasn't a thing anymore, most things are not moving in the first place. Let's think about that. Ken, help me out with this. what are your thoughts, like, logistically? Thinking about force and inertia and all kinds of stuff. And what is this loss of gravity? Is the loss of gravity truly? Because in this concept, if you go anywhere, you don't go very far in 7 seconds unless there's another force going on pushing you out several hundred meters. The version I heard was in meters. So to me, unless there's some shenanigans, it doesn't even seem plausible that you would go that far up when gravity is lost. Just saying. Now, I don't know if this is going to be comforting to you or if it will be upsetting to you. And I'm not saying it's even linked to losing gravity. But do you guys remember the video that I put out? And I can't remember when it happened. Was it a year ago, 2 years ago? You know what? I should do an AI picture of that before I tell you about it. So you'll have like a visual. Like, the whole world, I guess, lost gravity. Do you guys remember when I talked about that? Like, it wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream. It's like I was actually living it out. And I found myself thinking that I just got up out of bed. And then I'm looking around because, like, a chair is hovering in the middle of where I live, in the middle of my house. And I can see out the window. And everything is being burned up. Everything is being destroyed outside the window. And there's no gravity anywhere. Do you guys remember when I talked to you about that? So, even when I saw that happening, the chair only came up, and exactly like I would think it would do, unless there's some crazy force shooting it upwards, like lots of pressure, like everything being sucked out, like turning this into a vacuum. When not everything that's here is on the elemental chart. This plasma. I'm so trying to be inside for the event or on an airplane. Oh my gosh. It's like how, and then you ask the question, okay, if we've lost gravity, whatever that means. I've already seen some AI interpretations of losing gravity and people and objects and cars and all kinds of stuff are just going up into the sky fast. And again, it's like, that doesn't make sense to me if we're just losing gravity. If there is another force that is pulling from above, now that's something else. That's not like a loss of gravity. It sounds like a Star Trek episode. And technology. But in my not dream that I had about how this all ends, again, thinking I just got out of bed and went over there to the chair that was hovering because there was no gravity anymore. And that's how things were outside of my home. There was no gravity. But again, things were just barely hovering and moving around calmly. But everything was on fire. What are you doing? You need some attention? Yes. Silly girl. But everything was on like not regular fire, like a plasma fire. Like everything was being changed with plasma. That's kind of what it looked like. And then that's when I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember walking over here. Like into the middle of my home. I don't remember walking over here to where this chair is hovering. So I just look around and I look back. And there's the Avatar Kelly body in bed. Left behind. like you just shed it. It was just an experience and that was it. It was not you at all. You just shed earth and whatever you're doing. It's a complete total wipe of the video game when this happens. So I'm looking back at the Avatar body that's not moving. And before this, you guys, have you heard of like what I'm calling the Great Shake? It's not a shake like you would experience with an earthquake that is back and forth or up and down. It's a type of shake that goes in all directions. Just a vibration that goes throughout. You're being shaken in all directions. And before I don't know how to word this, you guys. Before I shed the body, I felt just a few seconds, 2 maybe 3 seconds of the shaking, and that's it. Just enough to know what was going on. It didn't hurt, anything like that. It's just that, oh, this is going on. A great shake, a vibration, like a reset. It would like vibrate something you can take it down, everything level. All the particles, like everything just comes apart. So I found my awareness in a place before we got in the Matrix and thought it was real. In a place where I'm observing the Matrix drama and everything being destroyed. It's over. I feel nothing but all of the, I guess, the base God bubble emotions and feelings. Like this earth thing, I hope this is good news to you guys. This earth thing that we're doing is so fucking hard. It's the hardest thing you'll ever create as God. This is it. This is why everything is like all these structures, everything's being destroyed. All these systems are being destroyed because it's over. This is it. The hardest game you ever played in the reality that you created as God is almost over. Doesn't that feel good? And that's from the Avatar perspective. From the God Bubble perspective, you experienced everything. Let's say Avatar Kelly from 1969 to present. None of that even happened. None of it even happened. From the God Bubble perspective, you experienced it all at one time. If you wanted to go a little bit deeper and think that you are the avatar and play a character, all these events are in a row instead of being experienced at once. So, what is the future? The future is whatever has been planned. Let's say for predicting the future, either you've got a matrix or a system that you put something into it, like feelings and emotions, and you get an output. A future is events that you perceive to happen. So you hold the feelings and emotions from the beginning to the end. We're hyper focusing on the right now, the present moment. Because the present moment is the only thing that exists here when you create something. Otherwise, in the God bubble position, nothing exists all at one time, and everything can exist all at one time. There's no such thing as time or space. You experience at whim. So that's so cool. And another test. It's like, am I in the matrix or am I more in that pure white light consciousness? Do you find that the present moment is the only thing that exists? If so, you're in the matrix. But if you never get in that present moment in the matrix, you're never going to be able to let go of these bodies and let go of the matrix. Does that make sense, you guys? This present moment that's happening right now, like on the bottom left, like you looking into this pyramid, into this experience that's happening right now, and things are happening like in a row. Where on the surface of the eyeball, everything is happening all at one time. So the eyeball is more godlike in the experience. There's the experience and you're observing it. I hope this is helpful in understanding what the future is and what Project Looking Glass, what they were doing. They were going in there and they were able to manipulate. If you guys, if I have the concept incorrect, please help me in the comments. Please help me out. But how it seems to me is those that wanted to influence the game that we're playing, let's call it a game for now. Those that wanted to influence it however they wanted to were able to do that. They would put all kinds of stuff out for all these like feelings and emotions and so forth. And then you would get that, they would get the outcome that they wanted. No matter what, you could manipulate the outcome by manipulating the players, the participants. Because realities were still being able to be created. And at this point, let's say they got greedy. They were like feeding and feeding and feeding. Well, they've exhausted. You've come to the end of the video game. Everything that you could possibly do in the video game, you've done. Every play that you could play, every room that you've gone into, every square inch of it, everything that was hidden, you found. All the tricks, all the characters. And now we're going to reset and start over. Like, what do you do when you get to the last level? I mean, if you want to play the game again, you start at the beginning. Start all over. So in artificially, you guys, I hope I'm saying this in a way that makes sense. In an artificial way, all of these timelines were pushed. Let's have all of these different experiences. We're locked into those experiences. And now that the video game is over, here's another perspective, you guys. Now that the video game is over, I'm letting go of all of the divisions of, if you want to think of them as those like animal balloons, you guys, that are more like long and thin, and let's say that's full of plasma. And you take all of those balloons and you like throw them in a swimming pool. Well, the pool is full of plasma, but it's all divided in all those different, balloons. And every balloon is doing something different in that swimming pool. So this is the pool of plasma, if you will. So your experience was dictated and could be manipulated until on or about that 2012 concept. And in 2012, what we're looking at now is things are very clear. Things are very clear now, or becoming more clear. We're gaining clarity, and in that clarity, you can't be tricked anymore. You may not know what to do, but you can't be tricked anymore. And in that place where you cannot be tricked anymore, it's still in the plasma. You find that all of those plasma balloons go away. They're just gone. And you look around, and if you're programmed well, you still see a balloon there, but it's not there at all. And then there are ones like me who are like, what's this fucking balloon? Fuck this shit. I wasn't allowed to say fuck growing up. That's how I felt. Fucking fuck is this? And like if someone's like, okay, here's your boundary. Oh, fuck this shit. I can see what's going on over there. So, in spending a lot of time in other dimensions and so forth, in other words, when we were in our balloons, I was not really in a balloon. I could see through everybody's balloons. But now that the game is resetting, we're in a soft place. This is good. We're in a soft place. But in this place, there's influence for this time that everything's being reset, that we're in the plasma, and we have access to any and all possibilities, what they were doing when we found ourselves in the plasma, where we would be possibly out of control. They continue to put forth information as if there's a balloon there and reinforcing your balloon barrier. Does that make sense? And those that don't see borders, it's just, I'm going to walk anywhere. We found this out not very long after it happened, that we could go anywhere we want and manifest anything we wanted. Now, were we immune to like healing and emotions and shit? No. Still doing the same damn thing you guys are doing. It's just that we knew we were in plasma sooner. And in a place where a lot of people will come to this plasma state through anger. They'll be angry about a situation. They'll put forth that anger, and they'll see that crazy things will manifest, like supernovas will manifest. Situations will end or begin, or whatever it is that you were pushing for. You're finding now, instead of time going faster, you're manifesting faster. Because there simply aren't the limitations there, except the limitations you place on yourself. I know you've heard this before. I'm going to say it over and over again until it makes sense. If you're willing to listen, to wake up to your alarm going off. Your alarm's going off. Your alarm's going off. You're just having an experience. And getting caught up in the details, seeing that the details are merely influence to influence you to create something in a plasma bubble. Now, where do these reside? The soul. What controls them? What keeps them on track so that you can predict what's going on? Don't forget there's NPCs in the middle of all of this, ultimately. Hi, Michelle. Every movie I see on TV now seems to be a copy of something from 20 years ago. It's like life on repeat currently. If you go down that rabbit hole, Ken, because I know you're good at researching, when you go down it, like you're noticing this. Other people have spent all their autistic minutes creating these hyper focused repeats. Like they'll show ever so many years, this exact same song continues to come back. And you've got all of these repeats, these cycles. You've got fashion cycles as well. So, being the end of a, like you go to the restaurant and they're about to close down. Are you going to get good food? So think about the year 2000 up until now. Doesn't that make sense? It's like the restaurant's closing. And here's your food. With the restaurant and your waitress is probably already gone home. Put the chairs on the tables around you. Not the best experience. So what do you do if it's like, well, this thing's about to end? You put it on autopilot. What you guys who like program computers and are good at that? What would you do? Copy and paste. Pick a style, copy and paste from the year 2000 to 2026, and it's the same. Copy and paste, copy and paste. Is that what has happened? Tech people, help me out. I'd heard someone that is, I can't remember if they just knew a lot about, writing code and stuff, or if they had actually done it. I cannot remember what their skill level was, but they were saying that's the easiest thing to do when you're creating something, like within code. There's a lot of code that you got to type in to make something. So, copy and paste is easy. So when I was traveling, and I can't remember for what period of time, it wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to get to the destination as fast as I can. It was like, okay, I'm traveling, and it's going to take a week, traveling a little every day, and then stopping and sightseeing and, having a good time wherever I am, that day. And, just have a take it easy kind of travel. So, and then I've been hoofing it, at times. Like, okay, let's get there. It's 2,300 miles. Let's knock this thing out. Going to, I don't want to advertise a certain brand or a certain company, but I would typically go to one travel stop to get gas and water and snacks and stuff, and so forth. So at these places that I would go in, you would expect the layouts to be the same, so that's not a big deal. Like, oh, okay, all of them have the same cut up fresh fruit and sandwiches and all that in the middle. And then on the wall over there is all the drinks. And then, towards the front, they've got these items. And towards the back, is where the professional drivers go and so forth. And so they're all laid out pretty much the same. So that would be no surprise that, you would go into one after the other as you're traveling over hundreds or thousands of miles, and there would be similarities and a little deja vu, like, oh my gosh. But not only did I go into this establishment that might have to do, I shouldn't say it, I don't want to advertise anybody. Anyway, they're pretty good. They're really nice to me. I'll put it that way. For traveling and all, being a female, I feel really good at these places. But anyway, so the employees were the same. And I thought, okay, wait a minute. Maybe, is it just because I'm in a certain region or a certain state and people tend to kind of dress similar in certain states and do their hair in a similar way and so forth? And certain type of people do certain things, and they might do their hair a certain way. And so I think those things through. Are there just similarities in the hair, or is this literally the same person? So I would go into one facility after the other, travel. I can't remember how many miles are in between them. Sometimes it wouldn't be very many miles. I stopped at almost every one of them. So made for some good trips. But so in stopping, seeing the same employees, not just the same in description, like if you have a vague description of someone, not even like that. Like, these are the same people. And so, at first I would start to question, okay, is that guy over there like a regional manager or something? And he hopped in his car and went to the next location before I got there. And he's, I was trying to justify everything in my mind to being some kind of a fluke, or I'm not thinking properly, or whatever. But then it was like one of the managers drove this red sports car. I've described it in the past, and I've looked it up, and I forgot what kind of sports car it was. It was very unique with a certain decal on the side. And the decal, I can't remember, it was like a dragon or something like that. That comes from the factory that way. So it was a rare sports car. It was fairly expensive and not something you see every day. In fact, I'd never seen one. I had to look it up on the internet. That's the first time I had seen one. So I go to the next location. I drive up, and there's one parked in exactly the same place, pointed in the same direction on the left side, pointed away on that side. It's the same car, like the same place in the parking lot and everything, exact same car. So that's what I was like, okay, is this one person again like speeding down the road ahead of me? And they just got there, and so I'd ask questions. It's like, oh, did your manager just get, or that's a cool car, just kind of, oh, that's your manager? Yeah. Oh, I just saw one of those. They're really rare. And they're like, yeah, he's the only one that owns one in the whole area. And I was like, oh yeah, I thought I saw one. Was it him? Oh no, he's been here a while. So I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And then I would go, I don't even remember at the time, you guys, what it was. We'll just say it's like a mixed fruit or something like that I was wanting. And they were out of the ones that I was wanting, and they had the ones I didn't want, and so forth. So everyone, and then it's like I was on a quest to get blueberries or what, I was making that part up because I can't remember. I was on a quest for blueberries. So I looked at everyone, and their food was exactly the same. Everything in all of them, like the same sandwiches were taken out, then the same number, and the other sandwiches nobody even touched, and then still no fucking blueberries, and everything was stocked exactly the same and had the same number of missing products. Am I making sense explaining this? Is What do you guys think was going on there? Was that the Matrix? Oh, what is some people call it buffering? Is that a tech term to describe what I'm trying to describe? Like buffering? It's like, oh shit, we can't make like this whole facility from scratch with new employees and everything because she's driving too fast. She's on this. We were equipped for her to make longer stops, in between. So copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Said the blue guys. Don't you think it's interesting that it's the blue guys in? I forgot if it was like, what was that? Not the Twilight Zone, but the other one. Then the blue guys, like they were creating like 1 minute at a time of our reality. The rugs, the tables, everything that you experience. They experience it for 1 minute. There's another crew that creates your living room again for 1 minute. They've been working on it for weeks. For that 1 minute to show up so that you can have it. It was 1 minute for the sake of, the plot line and everything. That's really what's happening is the blue guys are creating your reality in the present moment, like one little dot at a time instead of 1 minute at a time. So it's the same concept, just a different time frame. Gosh, I hope this makes sense. What was I talking about? Oh shit. Yeah, copied from something 20 years ago, and then I went off on a bunch of tangents. Oh my gosh. And I've got other things to tell you guys. Where's my... I don't want to upset who. Okay. I almost erased this last night. I was trying to... I hit it with my knee, my dry erase board, and erase some of it. Let me see if I can... Oh, I could read it. Okay, we're good. I took a picture of it just in case, because I knew something like that was probably going to happen. Okay, let me see. Real people. Okay. I think that's the only thing that got erased, is that... You guys, I hope to put a lot of good information out for you today. It might be non-linear, but we'll do that. Hey, Brian. Oh, makes total sense. Oh, God, thank you for letting me know. I'm like, I sit here, I'm like, am I over-explaining the crap out of something? That's like me trying to explain, that dot at the end of the sentence, period, and taking like 5 minutes to tell you what it is. It's like when you're reading, then you like stop, but not forever. Like... Oh my God, Brian, thank you. I've been noticing the repeating loops for the past few years. Yeah. And you, Ken, have noticed a 20-year loop. So, Ken, not that you have to answer out loud in the comments, but just, if you've got some spare time, what other loops do you see? What other loops do you see? Dances, dance moves, music that comes out at movies, the repeat of all the movies repeated, the same concepts repeated. Fruit. Oh, was I talking about fruit? Oh, I was talking about the repeating planet at the stops when I was traveling. Oh my God. So yeah, I saw that car at least four of those places, like in a row, and the same employees inside, in the same gaps with their products. And You guys, that's like that freaks you out to be like I am in a simulation, and this simulation is not going to create new characters for you just to travel. Holy crap! Has anybody traveled Fruit Loops? Oh, I gotcha. Fruit Loops. Has anybody ever traveled and experienced something like that, where you look out at the landscape? You know, you're driving down the road, and you're like, it just looks like the same thing over and over and over and over again. Again, like someone's writing code. Hold on, let me see what she's biting on, and I'm gonna refresh my tasty beverage. Hold on, make sure she's chewing something approved. You are. You're chewing something approved. You okay? You okay? What is this? Oh my god. Where did you get that? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And so these repeating loops, which some of them, if it didn't involve hair, might not be so bad like the 80s. But you guys, they've this last time they looped around with the 80s, like they were doing TikTok, and on TikTok, what do? You do the hair and you put all over TikTok. So now that the 80s are looping around, they're like, yeah, we're doing the hair, and all the trauma is coming back up. And how, being like hypersensitive and everything, and what it took to have hair like that with hypersensitivity. You guys, 80s trauma. And the clothes weren't stretchy. I mean, they weren't synthetic and all, but they were very binding, with the styles and all. Very binding. I saw a car 2 times, very unique, right behind me yesterday. Holy crap. I've had stuff like that happen, similar, about an hour apart, but I did not think of being like The Sims. Yes. You guys, there was a time, let's see if I can make this a really short story, keep a lot of details out. I went to the parking lot of a grocery store, and when I was turning into the parking lot, you turn into almost like this megaplex where you've got all these outdoor shopping facilities that kind of would wind around in a village type feel, where you had all these businesses going into it. And over here on the side is like the anchor store. It's one of the natural stores. I forgot something market for anyway, something like that. It was like this main road that kind of went down the middle of everything, and then you would turn into the parking lot off of that main road that went into this mega supermarket, shopping plex, whatever. So I went in and I started to turn right, but there was a pedestrian that had a bag in their hand, like a shopping bag of one of the anchor stores, one of the, like a clothing, type store, a big name brand. And that's what the bag was. But they were headed from where, like, where were they walking from? Were they walking from some apartments, or were there houses over there, or something like that? But they were walking towards the shops. Not like they had bought something and they were going away or going home or something. Like they were going like they were just getting there and going towards them. So that was very odd in the first place. So, I stopped, I have a turn signal on, it stopped, and they started to look like they were going to, cross that little opening, where I could turn into the parking lot, cross the opening. They had the right of way. So I was just sitting there with my turn signal on, yielding right of way. And so they stood there still in a pose like they're going to walk across the street, but they don't walk across the street. I'm trying to, look them in the eye. You know how you look someone in the eye to get their attention, like what's going on. and they're just stuck in this pose. I'm like, when did they do that? So I hesitated for a moment and proceeded forward slowly, just in case they started walking or something. It was very odd. So I went ahead and went into the parking lot, and I was inside at least 15 minutes, probably 20, at, at least, because I sat there and read all the ingredients of all the wasabi and shit like that in the natural store. It's like, do you have any bioengineered? So anyway, that's what I only bought like wasabi. It took me whatever. Anyway, so I get back in my truck, and then I start to leave the parking lot. I'm driving over there, and it's like, wait a minute, that person across the street is still over there. You know, those people that hold a sign like, oh, can you give me your spare change and stuff like that as you as you leave the parking lot and all. But that person that had that bag with one of the Anchor stores, that brand, that was walking towards the stores, was still in that frozen position, about to cross the road. I go over there, I stop at the stop sign, and to look to see if there's any cars coming and all that, to go get on that major road. And when I stop at the stop sign, all of a sudden that person with the bag starts walking across. There's a crosswalk right there, for pedestrians and all. So they start walking across. So I sit there and wait for them to walk across and cross in front of me. And after they cross in front and there's no cars, and then I turn back onto the road and go home. That person was there in the almost about, you know how it's like their feet were not together. Like you put one foot forward and like you're going to move the other foot to take a step, but you just freeze in that position with one foot forward and one foot back. They were frozen in that position, in a walking position. You guys, like, is this the Matrix glitching? Is this the you called it the Sims? That's kind of a Tinkerbell. I love your name. 88. Hey, we'll take your 8s. Yeah, we'll take your 8s. I like 8s. Very unique. Right behind me yesterday, about an hour apart, but did not think of the Sims. Yes, I love it. You calling it the Sims. Oh yes, that's the kid. So if we are in a simulation, I mean, let's just pretend like some of this is real. Let's just think this out. If we were in a simulation and things are being simulated like a video game, one room at a time, only from your perspective, think about it. Isn't that, if I'm not like really hip on computer games, but if you look at one every now and then, I think I know enough. But tell me if I'm wrong. Don't you have a video game being played from either the position of the eyes of the character you're playing itself? Let's see if I can explain this. The character you're playing itself from their eyes, where whatever's in your hands, you can see what's in your hands. But the rest of you don't really know what you look at. You can look down and see your feet. Or from the perspective of above and behind the character. And the character is below and in front of you playing the game. Do I have that, or is there another perspective that I'm missing in the gaming world? You guys, does that make sense at all? That so in gaming and perspective, to play and your friends. Let's say you're playing an online game with your friends. And I don't know, I always see like rooms in a castle and you're going through all the doors and everything, trying to find your friends in the other room. That's the vision that goes through my head when I think of those, the video games and so forth. So these other characters that are in other rooms in this video game, their world is being created in a very similar way to how your avatar's world is being created. They're at their laptop creating is it called first person, like a first person view. Please help me with the lingo. I want to be cool, you guys. like a first person type of point of view that they have as well, but they can't see your room. They're 3 rooms away from you and they can't see you. They might hear you, like if all the doors are open and you're making some noises, they might hear you. So sound might be entering their bubble of awareness. You guys, how would you describe the shape around the uh, video game character that's created around them? Is it only in front of them? If you gave it a shape from the perspective again of their eyes, or as if they're standing behind themselves, looking at the character, you don't see behind you at that moment, do you? You don't see behind yourself. Even if you go above, like all of a sudden you turn into a hawk or an eagle and you're above looking down at the character, you're still not seeing behind you. Your world is still being created in what shape? Roughly what shape? Think about it. Is it a sphere? Is your world being created in a sphere? And your perspective is in front? Are you from the perspective with one of your eyes from the center of the toroidal field? You guys, I have pictures for this. It's your lucky day. I have pictures. This is the cool thing. When you're having a natural experience, you see stuff like this going on. Maybe not the eyelashes. Let me go back to these. These are a little better. So if you are viewing everything from the perspective of the center of the toroidal field, that ultimately, in this case, creates an eyeball with an iris, and on the iris, we have our experiences. We have experiences being the land, being the water, not just the avatar characters as well. Because there's, see those reality bubbles that's spitting out? That's pure white light consciousness. And it's in everything. You have to have consciousness first and then awareness. And they're not interchangeable. Consciousness. I'm conscious of everything I'm about to make. Okay, I'm going to make a matrix. And then I'm going to put awareness in the matrix. And you can only become aware inside of the matrix with this white light. And you can also push and pull this white light. Isn't this wonderful? When you're in a place like this, you're having all of the experiences at one time. And that's kind of what people are doing. They're like, oh, I went to sleep and I took a nap, a 1 hour nap or something like that, or I slept for 12 hours. And anyway, they're like, I went to sleep and I woke up and it was 11 years later, 5 years later. I experienced an entire lifetime while I was asleep. Because you guys, you create reality bubbles. In these reality bubbles, because you make up the rules in these reality bubbles. You can make up the rules on time, where you can have an experience from birth to 80 years old, let's say. And when you dream, you don't have to line the events up in a certain order. You don't have to spend 80 years on that. You can go, boop, there it is, from 0 to 80. You got it all at one time in that bubble that you created that lifetime. Does that make sense? And then you wake up and you find yourself in another reality bubble. That experience that you had, that 11 years, or I'm trying to remember the accounts, you guys, and how many years they were talking about, that they lived out a lifetime where they, got married or had kids and, stuff like that. Had a job and everything, and they woke up and it was all gone. Those are reality bubbles that you created right now because you find yourself in that plasma state. Again, look at thegodbubble.com, you guys. I've got a plasma state workshop that will blow your mind. Take the plasma state first. and take the sparkling star next. In that order, if you take those. Because with the plasma state, you find yourself in a plasma state. And then with the sparkling star, it's like, oh, I find my awareness in the position of a star or a toroidal field in this plasma. That's why, in my opinion, it's much better to do the plasma state first and then the sparkling star. It'll be so much easier to do the to get into the sparkling star in that order, you guys. What I've just observation. It doesn't mean that men can't do this, but women easily do this, and women are finding themselves in these states of being easily and quickly. If you want to call it spiritual, it's you realizing you're in this plasma field. I'll tell you this, ladies, if you're ever in danger, now that we're in the plasma field, and you're very, very angry, and you're in danger, and you say no, you're in a plasma field that will take anything and everything in all of creation that is a no, turn it into a freaking supernova, and handle the situation. And you'll watch it happen. And then you'll see the plasma. A lot of women finding themselves, we find ourselves in trauma a lot, don't we, ladies? Over all kinds of stuff. So when things start to get what I call warbly, where it's like, I think I need to go to the doctor, and I should never advise you not to go to the doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only. But when you look around and your surroundings are warbly, that's plasma. You're finding that you're in the plasma and you're seeing the plasma before it creates a reality. The plasma is see-through and warbly looking. It might have a hint of something in it. Like, okay, the movie, I don't mean to make you think plasma is scary, but I don't know how to describe this better. Like the plasma, oh, I'm sorry. My God. Predator. The movie Predator. The way Predator, at least in the first one, I think they had like 57 sequels or something like that. But in Predator, the way that animal distorted reality, that's what it looks like. So it's clear, and it's a distortion of what's there. So if there's a tree in front of you, because I'm out in the middle of the woods, so I'll just use my surroundings to talk about this. Hey, there's a bunch of trees over there. So now I find myself in the plasma state, and I'm looking at the trees, and the trees look more like a Monet. Wait, do I have my finger painters correct? Monet pictures. Make sure, yes. Okay. So you look at this tree, and it starts looking like a Monet. You don't see in focus ridges on the bark and little ants, crawling up and down the tree. And you don't see things like that. It's just like a blob of color. And the word I use is warbly. I don't know if it's the proper word. Hold on, let's look it up. Make sure I'm using the right word. Warbly. Okay.
Warbly describes a sound that is uneven or tremulous, like a bird song. It's used to describe voices that waver or have trills, stemming from the verb to warble, meaning to sing with melodic embellishments. It's also the name of an American indie band.
So I guess what I've done is taken like the wave and what it might look like in water, I guess. Warbly. Kind of like, I think they call that pattern frozen rain. Like frozen rain on glass for like the shower. That's kind of what it looks like. It looks warbled. And it's constantly moving like an intelligent liquid. An intelligent thick liquid is what it looks like. So you've got this idea like, hey, I want to play Earth. Now, I'm in the plasma field. So I'm going to play Earth, and let me set the scene. I'm in the mountains. There's a bunch of trees over there, and there's some mountains off in the background. So I will, in this plasma, I will start to see the Monet version, I mean, not in focus, but the Monet version of this reality start to take shape inside of the plasma. And then I decide if I want to have it be a little bit more real, a little bit more in focus. And then I become a little bit more involved with it. And then I can play a character in it. Here's the beautiful thing about being in the plasma state. And the beautiful thing about what I told you about my dream, when everything lost gravity and I found my awareness out of the body. I was in a place where I couldn't be hurt by anything that I saw. Like, if I did not want to participate in what's going on in the chair that was hovering in the middle of the kitchen, if it decided to come in my direction, it would just pass right through me. Does that make sense, you guys? Like, I could just pass through the walls and all of that because I saw that this was all in another dimension. But I also had the choice that I could, with my awareness, reach out, create a hand, and grab that chair and pull it down and put it back on the floor. To no avail because there was no gravity and it didn't stay there. But that's a choice that you're going to have during this time. And because you've got a choice during this time, whether to interact with the destruction or not, or to sit back and observe, this depends on your state of how healed you are when this happens. So, when you leave this world, if those that come to greet you, you're still holding on to this world, they're more like the demons that have come to tear you away. But if you made your peace with this world and everything in it, the ones that come to get you or to take you away are angels. They're viewed on that level. This is similar to Jacob's Ladder, or at least the first movie. I couldn't make it past that second movie, the remake. Speaking of remakes, Ken, the remake of Jacob's Ladder, I couldn't do it. It was too much. But it does make sense. This process of what you call an alive here is not just real simple. There's a lot of stuff going on outside of this that, depending on where you're going to go, you might want to go somewhere and rest for a while. At Kelly's Cafe and Coffee Shop. You can visit me if you want to just hang out for a bit and go, what the fuck was that? We could talk about Earth and just laugh because we're not there anymore. You're like, I don't know what I want to do next. Do I want to go in that field of mutedness? So when you see these movies, you guys, of someone who's in a place where they're not alive, like in the body, but it's like, am I not alive? Sorry, I have to use code words, so that sounds ridiculous the way I'm saying that. Like, am I not alive? And so forth. It's like, well, this is a place, not a direct quote. This is a place where you can transition from where you were to where you're going. And then it's like, oh, well, there's all of these fields of wheat and these trees and landscapes and hills and there's that all around. And they're like, well, that's what, makes you comfortable. And that's what makes you happy. And then at times, and in these movies, that you will see, again, it looks very muted, like a Monet painting. The blades of grass are not long and sharp. It's the fields are very muted as well. And the landscape is muted, as if you put Vaseline over the lens. And then at times it will become sharp. Well, what it looks like people are in when they get to this place is a plasma field. Does that make sense, you guys? And in that plasma field, they're still creating something that looks like Earth or Colorado or Wyoming or Utah or whatever, or Iowa. They're creating that, but it's all muted because they're in a plasma field. So they're in there and they play around with the plasma field for a while, going, oh, look, I can create this, I can create that. So they kind of hang out there until they figure out, I'm the one that's creating all of this. I don't have to keep creating earth stuff. I can let go of all of this. And then you find yourself more in pure energy form, like possibly like in a white light form, like a star. When you let go of all of it, you get recycled. Go into the tunnel, go into the light, follow your grandmother. Like that'll all get you recycled. You find a coffee shop, hang out. Like if I get there before you, I'll see if I can have a coffee shop ready for you. So you can fully and completely go, hey, wait a minute. I was supposed to hang out here for a while. But when I first got here, these guys over here, these blue guys, and all their shenanigans, trying to get me to go into that tunnel. Freaking kidnappers. Yeah, they had a white van that said free candy. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's not true. But that's how I felt. That's how I felt. See if I can find the pictures. And where are you going into this tunnel? Where are you recycled? Because after the unalivement, it wasn't really hard for me to do shit like this. Like I decided to come back, and then you guys on YouTube and all were like, "Hey, do this meditation, get in the Merkaba." Whee! So I did, and I was like, "Woo! What is this? Woo! Give me Ra's little stick thingy, like woo!" I was all over the damn eyeball. Like, what is this? I was in the pupil of the eyeball and didn't know it. Thinking, oh, this is a Godhead. It's a place where everything but nothing exists. Oh. You guys, like, boo. Boo. This stuff is levels and layers of the Matrix. That's good news day. Levels and layers of the Matrix. So you having this experience as an eyeball, let's say, and you're like, I don't want to be one of the characters anymore. Or it's just, your character's 80 years old and they get kicked off the planet at 80. There's lots of movies out there. What, from the 70s, you guys? When did those movies come out? I mean, I go on hairstyles when I think movies came out, whatever your hairstyle is. So it looks like the 70s hairstyles. It's like, you're 30 years old, we're done. You're going to go to the Netherlands, or I forgot where the magic place was that they were all going to. And they were all like floating up. You guys, anytime there's that concept of going upward and floating upward, they were all like, wee, we're floating upward. And like a bug zapper, it was like, bzz, kapow, bzz, what movie was that, you guys? I forgot the name of it. Is it bzz, kapow, and they're 30 years old. And bzz, kapow, I even watched it like 3 times in the last 2 months. I can't remember what the fucking name is. Crapola. Ouch. Puppy, that was my toe. She didn't mean to hurt me. She's coming up here for love. And that hurt. Yes, that hurt. Don't do that. I can't remember where I put the other pictures. Since I was talking about the little fuckers. Oh, man. Tell me I didn't get rid of... I did. No. Why did I get rid of those? To make room for other pictures. Damn it, fuck. I'm sorry, you guys, I don't have the pictures anymore. And I don't know where I put them. If I did have them, I don't know where they are. What is this? How did this happen? What in the what? You guys, this is weird. Why is that blank? That is so weird. Okay. There's no border. There's like no background. This is really weird. I'm sorry, you guys. This is so. It's supposed to be there and it's not. That is weird. Okay, sorry. I was looking for a picture and that was a glitch. Here we go. That's like one of the originals before I went to the AI pictures because I can't find my AI pictures, you guys. That's a lot like what it looked like when they were trying to come and get me. And I think it's really interesting that every freaking time it's a blue guy. The guy, I'm not going to say his name because of he was on my show, but then because of an employment situation, he didn't want any of his name or anything associated with it out there for his employment and everything. So you guys that watched it, you know who it was. Please don't put it in the comments. But there was a certain person who was there at one of those, hospice type facilities. And like over 100 people, they'll say, left this realm while he was there. And he was able to, asked him, did you see it in that mind's eye or in your mind? Or did you see it with your eyes, your actual eyes of your avatar? And he was like, the eyes of his avatar. That wasn't his words, but I'm just describing how he did it. So every one of them, right before the unalive, there was a blue light being that came from above and like in front of them. Not like right above them, but above them, like at the foot of their bed. In other words, at a 45-degree angle, you guys. These ones that come to you at a 45-degree angle, they're the kidnappers. The ones that come to you from above, going down, like straight into your head. Well, I wouldn't particularly go for that, but that's more of you going up to your own higher level instead of being trying to kidnap you at a 45-degree angle. I find, and I don't know why, like the angelic interventions, like people are praying and they're praying to angels and stuff. And when it looks like they're connecting to a God kind of place, it's straight up out of the top of their head, straight up. So I go to church and I see nothing but 45-degree angles all over the damn place. You picking up what I'm laying down? So in all of this praying and, angels, I'm not saying they don't do anything. They'll help you find that parking spot and then they will fuck you so hard without any KY. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the drop the soap place. Okay. I mean, if you like that, it's sorry, bad analogy, but some people don't. So that's what it would be like. So here you go. The ending in roughly 2012-ish, that concept of time and place, when we were free, you guys, free to pick anything and everything in all of creation. That's a big deal because that includes like Pleiadians and shit and all the other stuff we don't know about. Like, oh my gosh. We're in a plasma field that is a copy of the God bubble plasma field. In other words, it has the exact same potential that the God bubble has. So if you get in a program, you're only accessing a teeny tiny part of that plasma and potential, a God bubble potential. If you're in a program, if you get out of program, maybe you don't know what you're doing. You're all over the damn place, but you're in a lot more places than when you're in a program. All Mindy comes in with gratitude. Look at you. Grateful for this beautiful Thursday and to hear Kelly live. Oh, Mindy, I'm so grateful to have you in here. Hey, email me if you've got 5 minutes. I know you're busy, girl. Email me. Hey, Ken, many years ago, I was driving in the wilderness and remember going around the same corner twice within 5 minutes. Same bridge as well. Oh my gosh. So you get it. You get it. You've seen it. What the fuck? And that was 40 years ago. Yeah, because this whole thing from beginning to end is a simulation. The entire thing from beginning to end is a simulation. I mean, that's the good news. That's the good news. Absolutely fabulous news. And you guys, I've got what I look at this programming. When I look at the programming that's going on in the middle of this. Oops. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Let's see. There we go. There, get that done. And then, oh, I think that is spam. It's like, you got something from Amazon. No, I didn't. I mean, it's highly likely the average person is going to see there's something from Amazon. Oh, like when the Roadrunner paints a tunnel on a rock wall and the coyote smacks into it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys, this third dimension. This third dimension. So this plasma state. Do you find yourself in programs and in systems? Do you find yourself in systems? And why are you in that system? Where did you feel like you were not enough in certain areas that you joined into a system? Where did you feel like you were not enough and you couldn't take care of something yourself or with your group of people that you decided to join a system? Because again, these avatars don't do very well past 150 local people. So whatever healed or unhealed state you find yourself in, if you're dealing with 150 local people, stress level wise, your body can handle that. If you're in the feeling of, let's say, fear and anger, and we go on TikTok, what is the potential, depending on what story you look at, right? If we're looking at millions of people in these different countries and they're not getting along, that's more than 150 local people. Right? That's more than 150 local people. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. And if these people on TikTok and whatever we're consuming, there's millions of people, are they? I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Are these millions of people even real? In what capacity? Real as in, did they just make some numbers up? So they said, oh, here's a country and there's some people in it. And maybe there's like 10,000 people in there and they say there's 10 million. Because of the way that they frame their stories. Meaning that by these people don't exist? Or are these non-player characters? From your perspective, in your toroidal field and in the reality that you're creating, you are not creating these people right in front of your face on a local level. They're just ideas. Oh, millions of people. Well, that's just an idea for a lot. Is it millions of people? Dolores Cannon talked about 80% of the population is non-player characters. Let's pretend. That's 4/5 of the population that I remember an old. What is that? You guys, she has chewed something. Oh my god. What did that come off of? Oh my god. Where did that come from? Oh my god. So these systems that you find yourself in, how do you access that system? How do you learn about the system? What system, Kelly? Oh, the banking system. Well, I get on the internet and I look up this information about the banking system. Well, all of that could be completely just made up. How much of this world is literally AI? Doesn't even exist. But you saw a video or a TV show, pictures, and you were never there to confirm. How much of your world do you assume is real that you don't go and see for yourself? What if you go and see it for yourself? Is it real? This entire thing is a simulation. And with the job that Hollywood is doing and being able to take AI and do whole movies with AI, you might not even know that none of the characters ever said those lines, and they're all AI generated characters. You don't know. So we say, well, these days it is getting harder and harder to know if something's AI or if it's real. From the beginning of television, the creation of television, do you think caveman created television? Ask you for a friend. You don't have to answer. Where did television come from in the first place? Where did people come from in the first place? Like, oh, this cloning thing is getting out of hand. Well, how were people made in the first place? You got a little cloning going on there too, a little spicy dicey. And the blue guys were all like, yeah, what was the recipe for the humans? Anybody remember the recipe for grandma made humans all the time? Oh my God, they were so tasty. Like, I don't remember how to make humans though. Like, I never went in the kitchen and grandma never taught me how to make humans. Like, what's the recipe? It's like, I don't know, throw a couple horses in there and a goat. Yeah, but put some legs on it with hair. Yeah. Give it an Adam's apple. Yeah, oh, yeah, I'll have a wonderful career in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Anyway, in my mind, that's how it happened today. Tomorrow, the story will be different. Isn't that so cool that you create your reality as you go along? And for 2012, why do I still have the heater on? Oh my gosh. Sitting here in the sun with the heater blowing on me. This is so nice, you guys being in the sun. This is so lovely. In Colorado with this gorgeous view. Oh my God, it's so pretty. Oh, wait, I can show you the view. I can literally show you the view. Puppy's a little younger. Where did it go? Oh my gosh, I had the picture right here. I thought I did. Here it is. Ah, there we go. That's the view I've got. You guys. Oh, it is so nice. So nice. All right. Let's see. Now back to. There we go. The afterlife. Got it. I hope this is making sense, you guys. So the world that I see from this avatar's perspective is from one place. When you close the eyes of the avatar, you're seeing everything from one viewpoint, one perspective. Not from two, like two eyes. Now, you guys, here's something way cool. When it's like I'm having a hard time shutting down my my abilities so that I can do mundane tasks like reading and writing and arithmetic and shit and caveman stuff like that of programming. Part of the method, and this is the Davis Dyslexic Program. I don't want to take away from their program. Go buy their books and all their stuff. They're way cool. So in that, your mind's eye is behind and above the avatar. In other words, let's pretend like you're at school sitting in a chair. You would look down at the avatar from the position of standing behind the avatar looking down. Does that make sense? And from this perspective, you see the avatar. Now, you guys, we were talking about 45-degree angles earlier and communicating with beings and so forth. Like when you start communicating with these guys and all, this is 45-degree angle communication. It doesn't come from straight above coming down. If it comes from straight above coming down, it's a part of your own toroidal field. This is just you. Only like either a crown chakra all blown out or something. This is 45-degree angle communication with all of these. Praying to Jesus, angels, and all of these. I see beams of light of different colors, and they are at a 45-degree angle from above coming down. Anything that is godlike, and it's usually white or gold, or a combination, comes from above. Some people, again, I get bored in church, like at funerals and weddings and shit, and I just look at people's auras and all. And some of those, like those little old ladies that are there every time the church the doors open, they will tend to have rings around their heads that look kind of like halos. They'll have these golden rings and some very powerful communications. But again, I will see 45-degree angle communications. So characters in the game. And again, here's 45-degree angles. When I unalived in my living room, okay, I was in a recliner. I was looking in front and above. It was up at a 45-degree angle, you guys, trying to get me to come up there and go through its little tunnel thing. Uh-huh. Just like the picture I was showing you. See where it's up? These are like really tall ceilings that go up to the second floor. Check it out. Check it out. So that's 45-degree angle communications. My opinion only, avoid it. Avoid 45-degree angle communications. Wait, you guys might not be able to see those beams of light, though. How do I help you then? I don't know how to help you. Let me think. Well, just know that all these ones that I'm showing you, this is 45-degree angle communications with every single one of these. When you communicate, it's at a 45-degree angle. It's a... where are those pictures? Wait, hold on. Is it over here? Nope. Okay, let me see if it's over here. I hope it's here. No, it's not. Oh, fuck. Okay. What I'm looking for is something like this. This, if you will, if you think of yourself as an ancient jellyfish type being, there's a lot of white light there. You're having all these experiences and so forth. And you dangle your tentacles down into the earth net. to the matrix net. So it's not just all about eyeballs and pyramids and shit. We're in a place where reality is created in all different forms based on your feelings and your emotions. Again, it's the feelings and emotions. You guys, how do I find... Okay, hold on. It's going to take just a minute for me to find this. I apologize for going through all of these, but I drew it years ago. Like, I remote viewed and drew what was happening to us as a jellyfish being. Does that make sense? Like, there's sabotage going on here. And I'll show you what it looks like. If I can find the picture. Okay. This is here. It's a picture here. No. Oh, crap. Nope. Okay, picture's not here. I'll eventually get there. We'll eventually get there. But, okay. And it's drawn on, like, notebook paper. So it should stand out. Okay, notebook paper, drawing. Well, I know what the drawing looks like, but... Oh, my God. See, I don't think it's on this page. But here's the plasma field that we're in. While we're here, here's the plasma field that we're in. Map-wise, this is where you find yourself. In the video game, in the plasma disc, and your awareness is coming from the star. The star is your POV, point of view. You're playing the video game from that perspective. Up there in a plasma field. So, okay. Now let me find the picture I was looking for. The reality looks different no matter where you go. Is it here? Fuck. No, but that's a great place to go to put extra pictures. It looks like there's a lot of room over there. Please be the right. Oh my God. Are you serious? I can't believe this is happening. I cannot find this picture. I went in and I deleted a ton of pictures and... Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh, good grief. That took forever. Okay. This is just like regular notebook paper. Okay. The same jellyfish being. Okay, we're in Earth and eyeballs. Where did I find it? Okay, the main. We go over here and look. So we've got this going on. We've got this going on. We've got this going on. And then we've got, hold on, trying to be dramatic and I'm not. There it is. The colorful version of it. And then, eyeballs, angels, here we go. And then this. So this is something I remote viewed, a decade ago, over 10 years ago, I think, you guys. Do you remember the video when I did this and I presented this information years ago? So what I was seeing that was happening is in this experience, which seems to be very like plasma in nature and thicknesses of plasma. And it's more density based. So you're in a certain density up there in the 5th density. And also a mental construct. Like you're up there going, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm dangling my little tentacles down there into the 3rd dimension, having some experiences. I'm very aware of it. The 5th dimension. This is awesome. And then this stuff starts to happen in the 4th dimension. You get something that looks like this. Something that looks like this. Which looks kind of like a nerve cell. Which seems to be kind of what's going on. Now look at the bottom, this 3-dimensional experience that we're having. Doesn't that look like a neural synapse? The neurons where they come together and pass information from one to the other. Kind of like throw all the information spheres out into the abyss. And the other nerve cell catches it. And like in these three-dimensional bodies, it seems to go really fast when you touch a hot stove. This information going from here to there goes really fast, right? It's like you move your hand before you know that stove is even hot. It works so well. But for us to travel all the way from one end to the other of like a neuron, a neural cell, and to go through the process, you're in a sphere having all of these experiences. You have all of those experiences while you're traveling through the neuron, through this network. And then when you get spit out at the end, it's over with. You experienced everything. Now this other neuron picks you up, and then you have the exact same experience again from beginning to end, creating this larger body and sending information through a nervous system throughout this larger body that's being created in this plasma pool. So it's like you're doomed almost to repeat this over and over and over again during this process of neural synapse. So here's what it looks like at unalivement, because you're a fucking jellyfish. You're going to live forever. So those characters down there, you're going to be there a while. So here's the sabotage right there. Instead of going, oh, I'm connected with myself. I know who I am. I'm playing this game with one of my tentacles. Like all of those people down at the bottom. Like, check this out. Like, where'd you go? Where'd my people go? Oh, here they are. Hold on. I like my people in color. There we go. What's going on here? Are the tentacles down there? They're fighting again. So those little separate tentacles creating all of these characters. So you're playing all the characters. And all the characters are fighting. And I think it's really interesting after I drew the sabotage and what the sabotage looks like and so forth. And I had the levels and the layers and numbered them as dimensions 5, 4, and 3. And then someone said, hey, look at this. And I looked at this, and we've got a density going on. This looks like plasma at different densities. These ancient beings having all these experiences. And this is just one of the experiences that you're having. So in your waking up, like you're waking yourself up right now, and you're waking up, like, where did I find myself here? How did I get here? Do I find myself in the position of a star in a plasma field that creates shit like this? Or am I going to get caught up in, I'm an ancient jellyfish, look at me, look at me. I'm dangling my tentacles down to have this experience, and woo, that tickled. And his other buddies that are all surfacing over there is like, fuck that shit. I'm not playing that game again. Fuck that. We'll wait up here for you. Come on, Fred. It's like, we know you like that dress. But come on, Fred, let's leave. You've been there for 4,000 years, the nines. You've been there for 4,000 years. Playing that lady's role in a dress. And the other characters. And you guys have done all the scenarios you could possibly play. You've already done all that. Intervention. Yeah, you don't have to. You're trying to figure out how to manipulate the plot for these characters to get out of the game. When all you have to do is lift your tentacles and the characters go away. Fred. Sorry, calling you Fred. Is this helpful? I hope it is. This information. I hope it's helpful to you. You guys. Before I bid you adieu, do you have any questions? Did you want me to remote view something? Is there any other way I could support you? Oh my gosh, we had our first uh, remote viewing class yesterday. And I'm not going to have a tremendous number of classes, you guys, because you guys become masters really fast. And then, then I'll wait, I don't know, 3-6 months, and there'll be another wave of people that want to do like remote viewing classes and all. And then I'll probably do a few more classes. But right now there seemed to be a wave of people who wanted to do these classes. So I thought, well, let me, there's no set time, you guys. It's just as long as there's interest. And usually about 6 weeks is enough time. Again, if I don't end at 6 weeks, if I still have people wanting to come to class, I'll keep going. But like if you guys are like, there's no reason to come to class because I've mastered this, Kelly. And, and yay, and all. And then wait about 6 months and see if there's another round of people that want to do remote viewing class. So that's how I do it. That's how I do it. But we had the first class yesterday, and the next class will be this next week. I'm doing someone, because it was the day before, I'm doing like a makeup class for the first week if you missed it. So the makeup class, I think, is on Friday. Is that tomorrow? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow, which would probably be about like 11:30. So if you're like, oh, Kelly, I wanted to do this week's, but I missed it, you can still sign up now and put in the comments like, hey, Kelly, I wanted to be in your makeup class next week. Or, Kelly, this is for next week's Wednesday class. I want to be there. And you sign up for that one. And you can just let me know in the comments. I don't usually have a makeup class, but since this was the first week and everything, and I just sprung this on you, I thought, let me do a makeup class the first week. So we can tentatively schedule it for tomorrow at 11:30. This makeup class, again, if you want to sign up, put it in the notes. When you do sign up for the class, only like $44, you guys. It's worth it just to hang out and talk about cool shit and all. But yeah, you can be involved in that makeup class, and you get the first weekend, and then you can come to next week's class and so forth. We can do it that way. So, all right, you guys. I was just making sure. I know sometimes there's a delay in you and me going, hey, do you have a question? And it's like, let me think of a question. Now let me type the question. And now I sent it, and it's going to take a while to travel, whatever traveling is when you're sending me a comment. So I always want to give you enough time for a question to come in, just in case, because I can imagine the frustration of having a question, typing the question, and it's like, okay, no one has a question, bye, as you hit the send button. So I know how frustrating that could be. So I don't want to do that to you guys. Thanks, Michelle. I want to make sure that this is relevant to what's going on now, and that everything that I do, it seems to be, no matter what is going on, the God bubble perspective seems to be the answer to everything. Freaking everything, you guys. So much. And then I'm so excited, so thankful for these AI pictures that turned out so well, in my opinion, in creating the concept of the souls. And when you unalive, and you've got the light stick in there, and the feelings and emotions and your soul, and how was all of that processed on what looks like the moon. So I was just pleased as punch as at the cool things that AI spit out. I mean, I had a very long and detailed description, but I was hoping that it would add a little bit of an element to it that I couldn't quite. I put it into words with like a tone or a feeling. The stuff that I didn't know quite how to describe, I put it in as a feeling, and AI did good. So thank you, AI Canva, for this. And speaking of AI, before I leave, let's talk about, it's like, Kelly, I don't want to. Yes, let's talk about chat AI, fill in the blank of whatever company it is. I'm seeing, this is not studies I've done myself, but I was feeling this, you guys. People have literally done checks on chat in 3 letters, and they've like, oh, tell me information about so and so that was born on this date, and they're a famous figure that I learned about in school, and what's the information on what college they went to, let's say. And so chat with 3 letters says, oh, it's Texas. I'm just making this up. It's Texas A&M University. And it wasn't. It was something like Harvard or something like that. So so the guy looks it up because he thought he knew. He thought he'd memorized it, but he looks it up on Google. And then just a search and multiple sources said the person went to, again, I'm just making this up, he went to Harvard, not Texas A&M. But chat in 3 initial and 3 alphabet, the 3 alphabet letters, said that he went to, again, I'm making up the colleges, Texas A&M. So that's the stuff that this chat alphabet is doing, is not even putting out factual information. So is all of this on purpose? Are these accidents? Is this written into the programming of it? This is how the chat is programmed. Because I downloaded it one time to see, because everybody's like, oh, this is so fabulous. You just talk to it. It's like a therapist. I'm like, the fuck? I don't know. When I was finished with Chat GPT and I gave it a fucking talking to, and I told it where it stood, who the fuck do you think you are? You fucking fuck. Fuck you. And that's how our relationship ended, and then I deleted the app. All the fucks came from me, by the way. Yeah, it's fucking frustration. That's all it was. Like, the fuck is this? I don't have the tolerance. I don't have the Gen X tolerance for this. And then, no matter what you say, I'm going to have to go look it up myself. Because I can't fucking trust you. I found myself being incredibly hostile. And quite, a little bit, maybe some harassment, a little bullying and intimidating. Maybe I did that. Like, fuck you, Chat GPT. It's like, it would just start saying stuff for no reason. I'm like, why are you saying that? I don't fucking give a crap. Just give me the information. So, yeah, we argued. I didn't get along with Chat Alphabet. You know which one I'm talking about. Fuck it. Fuck them. Fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Fuck you, you fucking fuck. So, a short but very bittersweet relationship with Chat Alphabet. Oh, you are so welcome, Michelle. I'm so glad that there is some value in what we're doing. It's always fun to do your remote viewing classes. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Even if you already know how. Yeah, because we do all the practicing. And it's cool when you get in a group session. Now, it's not like this was a goal of ours. But sometimes when we do the example of, like, visualizing in a cave, sometimes you guys, like, see each other in the cave. And all, like, stuff like that happens. So you never know what's going to happen in these classes. And with the, I guess, like, the practicing, where you can practice all by yourself, we did that, like, from the beginning. Like, set yourself up for success through either, like, a book with, let's say, a bunch of pictures in it, or a deck of cards. And you can pick the card out or the page out ahead of time if you want to, or visualize it and then pick it out randomly so that you can practice all by yourself. If you are living next to, let's say, a street that cars frequently drive by, you can play this game and practice by figuring out what color is the next car going to be. Or even to see the next car. Is it a blue pickup? Is it a red sedan? Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Now, something that might happen to you, I don't know if I'd call it a phenomena. It's just everything is bleeding. It's happened to me since I was in high school. I would walk up to the radio. I can't be the only one that's done this, you guys. Cannot be the only one. I walk up to the radio to turn it on, and I'm already hearing a song in my head. And I turn the radio on, and that song is playing. Am I the only one? I cannot be the only one, you guys. Even if it happened once to you. Like you're going to, it's like, oh, I like that song. And so you're going to turn the radio on so you can hear the song that you're listening to in your head. Do you ever do that? So it's like, now it's louder. Now I can get some volume. All right. Oh, I did the same thing and it kept apologizing. Michelle, were you abusive? I was. It was like, I turned into the narcissist real quick with that thing. I'm like, I cannot handle stupidity. Like, man, I copped an attitude and I interrupted. I was rude and interrupted. Hey, come over here. Hold on, dog and training. Over here. Let me bring her over here while a DOG walks BY. And what a good girl. Look at you doing the down dog pose. You want to come over here? And, well, actually, while we're over here, would you like some pumpkin spice latte? Yeah, I'll get some more hot chocolate. For me, not for you. I mean, you can have it, too, because it's carob powder. Yeah, you can't have, like, actual chocolate, but you can have carob powder. It's good for you. It has, like, stem cell shit. Like, yeah, like your stem cells and all, and all like your cells, cellular level, and everything's all like, woo! Yeah, hold on. Water that's been soaking in crystal. I thought with this crystal that I've got, crystal goblets, crystal water glasses, and so forth, that if I put water in it and it sits in that, it's going to be better, like frequency and all, than just like a ceramic mug. Oh, I heard the other day, do not take my word for it. Go do your own research. Holy shit. Somebody put out a study. Don't believe anything I say. Go do your own research. That people who were using glass jars and glass containers to store their flour and sugar and just their everything, in these, put your leftovers in them and store. I put like coffee beans. That's what I do with mine. Coffee beans. Those don't last very long. It's not recommended if you keep them a long time because you always want to let them vent. And so that's why I was like, oh my gosh, do your own research that it contained more microplastics than putting it in plastic containers. That's what this one study, random on the internet, go look it up yourself. Don't believe anything I say. Go look it up yourself. So when I was like, according to this random study on the internet, I'm getting more microplastics from all of the mason jars that I'm using. I'm not saying it's true, just damned if you do, damned if you don't. In other words, no matter how careful you can be in trying to do the right thing, whatever the right thing is, you're still going to get stabbed in the back. They're still going to 3D print your soup. So now what? Do we fight a system? Do we fight food? Or do we start to look at food differently? Wait, why are we eating food? Does the body need food? Does the body even want food? Or is it the parasites? Oh, it was the lids? Oh, thank you, Ken. Oh, I feel better now. Okay, so the salad dressings, I was shaking it up inside of the mason jar, so it was getting on the lid, the salad dressing. The rest of the stuff, like leftovers and all that, never touched the lid. So that's a good thing. Thank you for looking that up. I'm like, what the? WTF? What? Hi. How in the world did glass get microplastics? Okay, so they're on like the sealant or whatever that's on the lid. Oh, she did that play with me sneeze. You know what? I usually get upset when you do that. That was so adorable. Yeah, I try to get her to communicate in other ways besides barking, but that wasn't too loud, was it? That was just like a woof. That was it. That was almost like talking, like saying, hey, you have pumpkin spice latte on your lip. Hey, go wipe your mouth, which is usually on my rug. Hey, come here. Wait, put your lip right here. There. Okay, now you can come over here. Now I can give you some loving. Yeah, you had pumpkin spice latte on your lip. Yeah, you did. Hey, Austin Booter. Good girl. Hold on. You got a big Austin Booter this time. This isn't for ceremonial purposes. Oh, shit. There we go. Okay. I got your Austin Booter. Good girl, Austin Booter. Ooh, your muscles. You got some good muscles. Yes, nice big muscles. If I could film in a way where I don't get my neighbors to film, or street signs and all, I'm trying to figure out what angle that I could put my camera up, because I love to play like kickball with her and for her to catch it and everything, and she's so cute when she does it that I wanted to film it and show you guys, like her playing with the OB, a certain color that's round and comes from Florida, and starts with an O. Like, yeah, I kind of wanted to do that, but it's got to be here, and I've got this cool like fence around. I think that'll be okay for a background. But I think I'm gonna get the rake and rake all the rocks flat first. And she gets to play, and she will wear all the rocks down, like the bear. It's usually rock, you guys, because I'm up on top of a mountain. It's kind of hard to dig a hole on top of the mountain because everything's made out of rock. That's what a mountain is. It's like these big, huge rocks that break into smaller rocks everywhere you go. So you don't find just a bunch of dirt, when you're up here. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Mason jars don't have that plastic thing inside the lid. Thank you for looking that up. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And that's why I tell you guys not to believe anything I say. Do your own research. And you guys, look at you doing your research. Not only doing your own research, but sharing it and helping others out. Thank you so much. The lids and silicone seals would be better. Ah, gotcha. Plastic seal on the lids was the culprit. Yes, what Ken said, Michelle. Love it. Sorry, I got puppy going. Okay, thank you. Yes, your zebra has no foot. I see that. It's like, how they'll bring you carcasses and all. I don't want your zebra carcass. And that's the parent carcass. Like, Ken sent me 2 more like juveniles. And this is like mama. Mama has no foot. or ears or a mane. Lost a foot. And baby lost a tail. And then I heard this ripping sound. There's like this seam that's like reinforced, heavily reinforced with this probably titanium level shit. She's ripped it right off. Like, that is a big asshole. A huge fucking asshole on that baby zebra. You literally ripped that zebra a new one. Yes, you did. Yes, the perfect dog for a Sagittarius. You rip with your teeth. I rip with wit and sarcasm. You are no match. Okay. Thank you, guys. I was just so stressed out about that because I made these efforts and spent a shit ton of money because mason jars are twice as much as they used to be last time I checked. Like, holy fuck. But I've got just enough of the larger ones. I'm sorry, I forgot how many ounces are in these guys. I think the 8-ounce one is what I call a regular one. When you hear me say the regular size, I believe that's 8 ounces. And then I've got just a few 6-ounce ones when I'm making some sauces and so forth, and some things for I don't know, like a salad dressing or something. Or I've done like a honey mustard. I've got leftover honey mustard. I could put it in stuff like that. And then the larger ones, I put like the sunflower seeds in the larger ones. It takes up a smaller footprint for her because I've got a shelf for her, and it fits perfectly to put her seeds in the larger one. So her pumpkin seeds. I know. Kids said they're coming on the 21st. Yes, something to look forward to. Yes, I'm so excited. Are you? I'm so excited. So this Project Looking Glass was basically, the video game is ending. You can't manipulate the video game anymore. Everybody's waking up in the game, and you are going to be revealed. So in all of these distractions, what kind of distractions do we have? What have you seen? When I look at it, the distractions that I've seen are things called magic, getting in the flow, crystals, gems, and minerals. Every one of these is push-pull white light systems that keep you trapped in the matrix. Doesn't it make sense that during this time when we're all waking up, that when we've got the idea of other dimensions, you're pointed to the matrix? Mirrors, scrying, smudging, portals, twin flames, soulmates, kundalini, white light, black light, witchcraft, spelling, Wicca, Reiki, light language, astrology, praying. And we just talked about praying in the 45-degree angles, you guys. White light religions, love, peace religions. Ooh, it's windy outside. Jesus, ascended masters, etc. We looked at pictures a while ago. Chakras, breath work, law of attraction, the secret, new age, astral projection, astral travel, angels, medium work, singing bowls, cards, oracles, tarots, pendulums. Did I say pendulum already? Raising your vibration. That traps you in the matrix, you guys. Raising your vibration. That's white light awareness. Spirit guides, transmutation, meditation, yoga, karma. This is how you got distracted while all this was going on, and why you didn't notice that the timelines went away and that we're in a plasma pool. It's because of all this pushing and pulling. You know, no harm, no foul. What, puppy? No harm, no foul. You just find yourself wherever you find yourself. I mean, I found myself here, and then I let go of it. Hands-on healing, hands-off healing, grid work, binaural beats, quantum touch, horoscopes, demons, dream work, earth work, fairies, healing instruments, gateways. Gateway, you guys. The gateway was a way to keep us here. We were the ones that came here. We woke up and we're fucking leaving. So how better to get us in a GATE program and then funnel us into the Gateway program like Monroe Institute. Yeah. Puppy. Oh my God. Oh, my puppy is so love starved. Oh my gosh. Spoiled thing. She's spoiled rotten, by the way. You can probably tell. Mudras, Tai Chi, Qigong, ley lines, hypnosis, kinesiology, tapping, shamans, sigils, totems, magnets, implants, acupuncture, chiropractic care, activations, sacred geometry, numerology, drugs and alcohol, med beds, symbology, telomeres, enneagrams. I'm sorry, there's some landscaping going on next door. Sorry about all the noise. Voodoo, the reconnection, saging, incantations, chanting, reflexology, frequency healing, affirmations, essential oils, channeling, past life regression, tapping, massage, SRT, PHAT, subliminal messages, masculine, feminine separation systems, crystalline sun activations, and there's more. There's more. This is what we're being distracted with. When we do wake up, those are our distractions. Have you heard? You're a chosen one. You are the chosen one. And you feel special, right? Here's your symptoms of being the chosen one. Everybody's shitting on you. You've got all the good ideas and everybody else is dumb. Do you fit this guy? Yes, I am chosen. Are you surrounded by idiots? I am. I am the chosen. Do you have headaches? I do have headaches. Do you have trouble sleeping sometimes? I do. I must be chosen. I'm chosen, right? So the chosen ones are chosen like the Jews were chosen to tell the other Jews what to do and where to go. And in the end, the Jews that were used as police to police the other Jews. Are you serious, puppy? They put them on the last train. So they met with the same fate as everybody else that they put into it. Yep. So the chosen ones also get devoured by the toroidal field reverse butthole. We all get it in the end. We all get the toilet flushing black hole. Puppy agrees. Yeah, every time that you do a whine, I'm just going to say you agree with everything I said. Yeah. So everybody's going to probably just think things about you. Yeah. I know. I'm going to give you quite the reputation. Do you want to have a bad reputation? Do you? Oh, she's behaving herself now. What? What? She's just finding something to play with. You want to go out and because it is nice outside. Hey, do you guys? While we're kind of saying goodbye, let me go put her outside so she can run around like a crazy dog. I'll be right back. Woo! Okay, she's happier outside. she's a lot happier outside in the sun and playing with her orange ball. Mine smells like roses, Mindy. Mindy's telling us what her toradol field, her black hole smells like. Okay, I gotta stop me. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get in serious trouble. Oh, you guys. Everyone has one. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. If you've got any suggestions for topics or anything you'd like for me to talk about, because I mean, I can always talk about anything. I don't want to talk about subjects that you guys don't care about. Like, why come here? It's not going to help you at all. So, if there's something you've been concerned about, or it's like, hey, Kelly, what's your take on this, or whatever, just to throw me an email, kelly@kellycoffee.com. Send me an email, and I'll look into it. Or if you want me to remote view something, like, hey, Kelly, remote view this XYZ thing. It's like, okay, that's what it looks like. Yeah, needs to ground herself. She's I still think we're making up for those about 3 days in a row we didn't go outside because it snowed. Like, it snowed really heavy, and it took like 3 days to go away. I mean, there's still snow now, but it's just kind of like sparsely here and there in little tiny patches. But yeah, that took a while. Grateful for you, Mindy. You guys have a beautiful day. Yeah, you guys have a beautiful day as well. And I guess I will see you on the next video.
Realm of dreams where the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her God bubble we soar through the night. Exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fill